Hello, Roger.
Where's log 13?
Yeah, there's a good chance log 13 will be out today at some point.
It's been over a week, you lying bastard! Typewriter!
Oh no, I'm not working on that secret script that I promised myself I'd type on the typewriter.
Nobody asked about a secret script. I just want to know where you're going with that typewriter. It's a really nice Smith Corona. Too much of a machine for you. Wait a second. Bob? Number? 13? Holy shit! Cue the music!
Oh, the crumpled paper.
And we're back!
And we're back. Flying a drone.
Yep.
I think we're recording.
It's time for you to learn how to fly a drone.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
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 Rowads. That's your drone.
They don't even use propellers anymore.
No, this is a propellerless drone. It's the new one.
Just buzzes at you until you kick it.
Nice plane. There you go. Give that a shot. Doing some JJ Abrams. Ooh, look at all those sun. Is there an open field close by?
You should get a haircut. Damn hippie. Haircut done. Haircut looking good, looking human again, I thought you're like a runner guy, Brandon. I thought you run. Well, today, once again, we do.
It's 30 degrees outside.
And you talk about running. All right, well, and we're back. Stretching. Oh yeah, and today's musical choice shall be 9 Inch Nails Downward Spiral. Try to hide, I saw you. Take you where you wanna go. I'll take you where you wanna go. These things, black and blue and broken bone. Can't stop me now. Nothing can't stop me now. God is dead. No one can Doesn't it make you feel better? Pigs have one night. Wanna do something that matters. Fucking God. Jesus fucking Christ. Nobody can go. Nobody can go. Listening to Nine Inch Nails Eraser, and nobody wants to go. Oh, everybody wants to be nice. I don't want to be nice, just go. Need to contaminate, to alleviate this loneliness. Oh no, the depths I reach are living life, beautiful life. Oh my precious, use my infection. I am so impure. We got distance 5.68 miles, 861 calories burned. I was gassed for not running for like a month. I was definitely gassed. What I used to get like in the first 1 or 2 miles when I first started running earlier on my pre-vlog, I was starting to feel by the 3rd mile today, and then I wanted to quit the whole way. But I'm definitely not cold. I sweat my ass off. I think it's, let's see what temperature it is now, because it was 30 degrees when I started. I don't think it warmed up. If anything, went down. It went up 1 degree, 31 degrees. Oh, there he is. All right, this is all part of vlog 13. Everybody out there who has, excuse me, subscribed and is a part of the Brandon Nation. Are you a Brandon-ator? I can't use any of those terms. But thanks for the support. I love it when like Josh and my other friends comment and throw shit up there. It's cool. It definitely keeps it going. I'm having a lot of fun. The encouragement helps though. It's always nice to have an audience. Make requests, make demands. Tell me the audio sucks. Tell me to use the 5D instead of the GoPro for everything, so the video quality can be better. Any of these would be good suggestions. But yeah, thanks for being part of the ride thus far. I'm gonna keep going. All right, well, show's over. Time to get out of here. No, but thanks everybody again, I appreciate it. Sun is setting on a century. We are all armed to the teeth. Shout out to Diana on that one. A little Anita Franco reference, because the sun is definitely setting behind me. Every time I talk about the fact that I am trying to run or what have you, it always reminds me that you see on the internet quite often that people that feel the need to tell you when they work out are sociopaths. So hey everybody. But we normally cut the uhs out. 13. This is what it looks like at 6:15 in the morning. Let's go say hi to Blackbeard. Come on, let's do this. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ron! God, who I was until I put on the mask. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
Show up, the house is empty, the house is sold. The closing is the very next day. The husband's there in a suit and tie, the wife is there, a little ragged looking. He says, how long is it going to take? I tell him about, half hour, 45 minutes. He leaves after a few minutes, it's just the wife. I sweep up the chimney, the house is empty. I sweep up the chimney, and as I sweep up all the ash and crap that's in there, the refractory panels, the hearth, is destroyed. It's like cracked and falling apart and everything. So I clean it all up and everything, and then I look at the fireplace, and I realize that it's, it's a fireplace. You can get parts for it and everything, so I think it's no big deal, right? It just needs some work. So when I got done, I said to the lady, I says, ma'am, a little bad news. Do you want the bad news first or the good news? And she goes, well, I guess the good news. I said, well, the good news is parts are available for this fireplace. She said, what's the bad news? I said, well, you need a new refractory kit. And I showed it to her. And she goes, okay, how much is that? And I said, well, you know, it's going to range somewhere between $800 and maybe $1,200. And all of a sudden, she starts hyperventilating. And she runs upstairs. And I'm like, well, that's odd. No reaction other than a little hyperventilation, and off she goes. Next thing you know, she comes down the steps. I'm standing there. All my equipment's still in the house. I got chimney vacuums, drop cloths, all this stuff, brushes, rods. She comes downstairs and starts screaming. And runs out of the house. And I'm standing there in the house alone. I haven't gotten paid yet, and she's gone. And the house is empty. So I walk towards the garage door, which is where I came in, and she pulls up in a minivan, and the window's closed, but she's sitting there screaming, and speeds off at 100 miles an hour, peeling out in a little minivan. It's all over the place. At 8 o'clock in the morning when kids are going to school, I'm like, holy crap, man, the lady's lost her mind. I didn't know what to do. And worse than that, I got to tell my wife that I'm not going to get paid for this job now because the lady just split. So I think, well, I better get my crap out of here in a hurry because she might be going for a gun or something. So I get all my stuff. I'm just taking it out to the truck. I'm piling it on the back of the truck. I'm not even packing it away. I'm like, let me pack it out. Let me just throw it back here and get everything out of this lady's house in case she comes back. So then I'm thinking, you know what? I bet she is going to come back. So I took my camera and I put it on the back of the truck and had it, you know, ready to videotape. And sure as shit, here she comes. A couple minutes later, I got all my stuff out of the house, but she comes speeding past me again at 100 miles an hour in a little residential area. Minivan, smoke coming off the tires. She's screaming and stuff. And she goes past me back to the house. So now I'm like, I'm actually scared. I'm actually scared of this woman because she's being so
Erratic,
right? So I'm sitting there waiting and waiting, just trying to get my stuff packed in the truck so I can just drive away. I don't really care about the money anymore. I just want to get out of here safely. All of a sudden, I feel like she's coming around the corner, so I turn the video on, and it's sitting on the back of my pickup truck. I turn the video on, and sure enough, here she comes walking around the corner, like panting and heading towards me. I'm like, oh my God. She runs up to the front of the truck and starts banging on the front of my truck, right? Beating on the front of my truck. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on, but I have you on video. And if you don't stop acting like this, I'm going to have to call the police, right? So now she's just standing there, like shaking and quivering, right? And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I just want to pay you. I just want to pay you. I'm like, listen, if that'll make you happy, okay, it's $225. And you write the check to Blackbeard. So she starts freaking out, scribbling the check out. She writes the check out. She throws the money at me. And I said, do you want your receipt? And she just marches off. She just marches away. I'm like, you sure you don't want your receipt? I want my receipt. And she leaves. Meanwhile, she gave me 2 checks by mistake. So now I got a blank check and a check she paid me with. So I'm saying, well, now I got to, you know, mail her a check back, right? So I got out of there, and I had the money, and I got it all on videotape. The lady was losing her mind. She started screaming about the house and this and that, and just freaking out in the middle of the street. And I got it all on video. It's great. So as it turns out, the husband called a couple hours later and said, listen, I'm sorry, my wife, you know, freaked out like that. She used to be married to another guy, and they sold the house from the first marriage, and she freaked out because she got a letter from the IRS yesterday saying that he never paid any of his income taxes, and at the closing of the sale there's a lien on the house and all the profits are going to the IRS.
Oof.
So that's why she lost her mind. She was really sorry. So anyway, the video is worth watching. Stay tuned.
Hey, ma'am, don't do this. Ma'am, you got to stop. Ma'am, I have you recorded, and if you continue to act this way, I have to call the police. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to be driving on check.
Okay, it's $225. I'll mark it paid and give you a receipt. If that's what you want to do, I'll do that happily. I can help you solve your problem.
No, I'm closing tomorrow. You have no idea what I have been going through to sell this goddamn fucking house.
It's not my problem.
Fucking money.
I just didn't do it to you, so it's not my fault.
You didn't tell me this before you came. I have to close tomorrow. I had a certificate from last time out. The only thing I needed was to have a chimney sweep. Someone came here, I paid them another fucking $150 last time. I don't have this money. I have a certificate from the last time you were here that said I only have to have the chimney swept.
Swept and reevaluated. And sometimes when you remove the soot and the ash from the firebox, you find other things, like when you do a car exam, everything. Just tell me your check number and I'll... Here's your receipt. Ma'am, your receipt, right here. Ma'am, you want your receipt? You don't want it? Okay. That was bizarre as hell. I have never seen anything like that in my entire life. The woman has lost her mind. I got pictures of everything. I got pictures of the chimney, what I exposed. But these customers are just unfreaking believable.